to restore the cabinet. As you can see, this thing ain't really too bad, but it could use a coat of polyurethane to cover up them scratches and stuff. So if I give it maybe a coat of polyurethane, the thing will look good. There we go. Nice little brush. It's not a big one. There we go. Alright. Just gonna just one quick layer of the, just one quick coat, I guess. So, yeah. Look a little bit better. Bring out the beauty of the wood. Brush came out. Knowing that happens, you're working on, you're staining a cabinet or whatnot, or something, you know, and the brush bristles come off. You're doing the finish. Quick coat. It's a little better. There, now this looks a heck of a lot better, doesn't it? Alright, now let's do the sides and the front of the cabinet. As you can see, the front has a little bit more wear and tear than the top does, especially where the knobs are at. A little bit of damage here, here, around here a little bit. But side has some damage too. Nothing a little bit of finish can't fix. So yeah. Alright, let's do the side now. Get the polyurethane on there. There we go. I have a smaller brush, but I don't got any of those at the moment, so this might be a little bit difficult to do, but it's looking pretty good so far. Look at that, all the scratches are disappearing. Well, that's nice. Good so far. There. Show you folks what the top looks like. Not the top of the cabinet, but the front. Here's what it looks like so far. I do little touch-ups here, and this looked pretty good. Started looking way better than it used to. Way better. Okay, I'm working on the side a little bit. And the bristles keep coming out of these brushes. That's what I don't like about these kind of brushes. And you get those sponge brushes for stuff like this. Unfortunately, I don't got any of them at the moment, so yeah. A heck of a lot better for refinishing stuff. Wondering, I did some of this side off camera. Just forgot to turn the camera on, and everyone was halfway through. I thought, oh, I need to turn the camera on. So yeah, that's what I did. Turn the camera back on. Yeah, this thing's looking pretty nice so far. Pretty nice. This dries, I'm debating if I should give it a second coat at the top and the sides. Still thinking about that, or fix the camera. Wondering if I'm fidgeting at the camera a lot every couple minutes or so. This thing has a tendency to turn off when I'm not messing around with it, so yeah. Oh, look, a crow. I didn't focus on that, but a crow flew by. Yeah. Folks may notice there's some flakes here and there on the cabinet. I'm leaving those on because that gives it a little bit of character, but my main goal of refinishing the cabinet is make it look a little bit more nice than it was, you know. I don't want to make it look completely brand new, but you know, I want to make the wood grain part of it stand out, make it look nice again, but like little paint chips here and the speaker grill bit, I want to leave those there because it kind of gives it kind of gives it character, you know. Most people, when they completely restore cabinets, they sand it down, repaint the lettering, that kind of stuff. Me, I just do a little bit of sanding here and there, but just give it a coat of polyurethane or just restain it with some new finish and just make it look, well, just make it look better than it did before, but retain most of its vintage, aged characteristic. So, yeah. Okay, I think I'm pretty wrapped up with this. I don't think I need to do the bottom of the cabinet, so yeah. Alright, now let's work on the electronics, I guess, or whatever order I'm doing this video in. Alright, now I'm going to replace all the caps and the chassis, then check the tubes and put the radio back together, and we'll see how she works. Alright, I'm done replacing all the capacitors. Now I'm going to check the tubes, see how those work. And I'm probably going to clean the controls on this thing quick. Get the can of contact cleaner and just do a little spraying here and there. There we go. The contact cleaner worked in there a bit. This is the selector switch. It'd be a good idea to clean this too. Spray it off a little bit. Just fidget around with it a bit. There we go. Okay, clean the controls. Now let's check the tubes. Alright, let's check the 6F6. That's the power amp tube of this thing. I think it might be weak because I put another tube like it in circuit and it sounded way better, so I bet this thing's going to test weak. Yep, this tube's shot. Look how bad this tube is. This one's going right in the garbage. This is junk. Lucky for me, guess what I got? Yeah! Got like 4 of them new old stock still in the box, so aren't I lucky? Didn't test them yet, but I'm going to test this one. Let's see how good this one is. It's a good brand tube, Tongue Sol. Really good tubes back in the day. Yep, but this one's new old stock. This is a metal cased version of it. Okay, let's give it a minute to warm up. Let's see how she tests. Oh, look at that! Okay, tests good. This one might be a little used, but still tests good. So this is way better than one that was in it, that's for sure. Alright, let's stick this in circuit. But first, maybe I should clean out the socket a little bit. There we go. Smart idea to do, just clean it out a little bit. Alright, any tube in here that looks original, it's probably shot. 687. We got any spares? I don't have to test this one out. I have to look for spares if I got any. Alright. Alright, let's test the 5Y3, see how this one tests. Okay, where's it at? 5Y3, alright. C0, D8, 11, F1, D press C. Needs a minute to warm up. It's obvious the tube still works in circuit, but okay, that still tests good. That's good. I could probably leave this in circuit. See how plate 2 tests. Okay, considering this tube's still good, this might be a replacement. Alright, this one's still okay leaving circuit, so I'm going to leave this one alone. Okay, let's check the 6SK7. I believe that's what this is. Let me check. Is it? Where's the writing? Yep, it's a 6SQ7. Let me get that out of the chassis, then we'll test it. The 6SQ7 and see how she works. Doesn't seem to want to work. I get everything set up right. 9, 6, C14, D34, E1, F4, D press this button here. I don't. not making good contact. That happens every now and then. I might need to straighten out the pins and the sockets, the sockets of the tube tester, because this tube tester is so old. It's been used a lot. Some of the pins are a little crooked now. So, okay, I think this tube might be a piece of crap. Okay, I need to replace this one too. Test the 6SK7. This might be possibly an original tube because how old it looks. Most 6SK7s are made or have metal cases like these tubes here, but this might be an earlier 6SK7, so that's why it looks like that. Same brand as that worn out 6F6 RCA Victor. No, not RCA Victor, but RCA Radiotron. So this might be weak. All right. A3. B6. Okay, that's fine. D33. Okay, that looks about right. E5, F1. Depress EF. Okay. E5. Okay, everything's set right. Well, it seemed to work in circuit, but it's not really doing much. It's getting good contact. Pardon the technical difficulties. This thing's having some issues lately. So, wait, it's warming up. Yeah, it's weak. I'm going to replace it. Oh, it's dropping. Okay, this thing's shot. Short light came on, so this tube's a piece of crap. Now we know that. So, yeah. Okay, let's test the 6SA7. Okay, this one's shot. Need to replace that. Okay. Test the 6SG7, which I have a feeling this thing's going to be weak since it's this could be a stock tube, so I bet it's weak. Okay, 6SG7. Now, where is it? Ah. A3, B6, C9, D38, E5, F1, depress EF. I have to warm up. Okay, let's see how she tests. Okay, it tests weak. You know what, it's not quite bad yet, so I might just leave this one in circuit. So, yeah, it's still okay. It's still okay enough to leave in circuit for a little while longer, so, yeah, I'll leave this one alone. I don't think I got any extra one of these anyway, so I might as well leave it alone. Test the 6SG7, which I have a feeling this thing's going to be weak since it's this could be a stock tube, so I bet it's weak. Okay, 6SG7. Now, where is it? Ah. A3, B6, C9, D38, E5, F1, depress EF. I have to warm up. Okay, let's see how she tests. Okay, it tests weak. You know what, it's not quite bad yet, so I might just leave this one in circuit, so... Yeah, it's still okay. It's still okay enough to leave in circuit for a little while longer, so... Yeah, I'll leave this one alone. I don't think I got any extra one of these anyway, so I might as well leave it alone. Okay, I replaced most of the tubes. I replaced the 6F6. I replaced the 6SQ7 with a Soviet clone. Same goes with the 6SK3. I replaced the 6S, not brain fart, 6SK7 with a Soviet 6K3 from about 1987. I replaced the 6AC7 with a new old stock Crosley from the 40s. And this tube is fine, because it works good enough in circuit. It tests weak, because I don't think I got any lock around, so I'll just leave this one alone. And unfortunately, I do not have anything to replace this, unfortunately, so this one's going to have to stay in circuit, because, you know, like I don't got any on hand, and I don't want to wait a week to get one on eBay, so... Well, hopefully recapping and replacing most of the tubes will improve this thing's performance, so... Let's put the sucker back together and see how she sounds. To the north. Okay, I put the thing back together and it sounds pretty good. I installed some felt washers behind the knobs so they wouldn't scratch up the cabinet again. Back in the day when this thing was brand new, this thing came with felt washers, but whoever worked on this thing before me forgot to put them on, so... If you remember what this thing looked like before I restained the cabinet, there's a lot of wear and tear by where the knobs are at because the plastic was rubbing up against the wood. So I got these little felt washers behind here now, so that's not going to be a problem anymore. This thing works pretty good now.
Here below us in the cathedral. Now I look down the harbor.
Association of the Four American Cities. AMAC has access to non-saving benefits and discounts.
That every player wants to be at. Energy. Goodness gracious. As softball's best battle for the ultimate title. They know what it takes to win it all. The NCAA Women's College World Series, presented by Capital.
Okay, this thing works pretty good. For some reason, shortwave's still pretty quiet. I wonder if it's that one tube I couldn't replace because I didn't have any extra ones. That's what it could be. I'm not really too sure. I have to look at the schematic. But other than that, AM works pretty good. The cabinet looks pretty. The only other thing I did off camera besides install these little felt washers was I gave the top part of the cabinet a second coat of polyurethane. A little extra protection. The top's probably the most part of the one part of the radio gets the most wear and tear because a lot of people like putting stuff on these. So yeah, I gave it a second coat just in case. Now this thing looks pretty good now. Okay, this is RD's Vintage Tube Radios, TVs, and more. Thank you so much for watching. Please have a nice day. Please like and subscribe. More radio restoration projects coming this week.